this whole thing with Shedeur, Rome, what was your take on this about Shedeur? They talk about him, he might go to the Steelers. What was going on?
Yeah, so the Shador situation, man, it just gets crazier and crazier by the day. But as I start to like really look into it and see what's going on, first and foremost, I think it's God's plan. But there's a lot of evil associated with it. But as far as this picture right here, Snoop Dogg, big Steelers fan. Stephen A. Smith, big Steelers fan. They want Shador Sanders. You know, they don't care nothing about any of them other quarterbacks, Jackson Darts and all. And they want Shador Sanders. So prior to Shador becoming draft eligible or declaring for the draft, everybody seemed like it was a lot of love, and there was some hate, but the hate has just like went to a different level. So I'm confused on like why is it that like these guys like Snoop Dogg, Stephen A. Smith, who fan of the Steelers, they like we want him, we want him, we want him. But there's so many other people talking about he gonna be a bust and he trash and the team don't want him. And they even had that thing come out yesterday saying, one of the scouts or one of the assistant coaches said he had the worst formal interview that they ever seen. So it's just crazy with the Sanders stuff, but it's good to see, brothers like this on the show, Snoop Dogg, Stephen A. Smith saying, nah, like we don't care what y'all talking about. We know how talented the kid is and we want him.
All right, so let me add to that right there. So with the terrible interview thing, that might be what team was that?
See, it's random. They didn't say what team.
Exactly.
They
So
didn't say
now,
nothing.
say if that's the Browns, right? And I don't want to
Hmm.
go to the Browns. Yeah, I'm gonna go in there and have a sit down, slunch down in the chair, and looking to the side and check my phone, and because I don't want to go to the Browns anyway. Like
For
how
sure.
Coach Prime, the Giants wanted him to come in there and sit down, and he said, "What pick y'all got?" They said, "Pick 15." He said, "Man, I'll be gone anyway. Hey, I got something to do," and he left. So the Giants would come out and say Coach Prime was disrespectful, he a bad interviewer, all that kind of stuff. But he wasn't planning on going there. He didn't want to go there, and he knew it was picking too late for him anyway.
True. Well, do you think it's Shador and them doing this, like what you just said, or is it the people
Now,
trying to steer the pot?
the other side of that take is we've been inside the Colorado bubble. Like I was like this when I stayed in Atlanta, and then it's like this in DC, like places they call Chocolate City or whatever. It's so many black people in this city where we don't really have to deal with the stuff that people in Charlottesville got to deal with in West Virginia, and because there's so many, our neighbors are black.
Hmm.
We don't have to really be around a Karen. We can go the whole like in Atlanta, you can go a whole day and probably don't see no white people if you stay in your hood.
Yeah.
So we have been inside this Colorado fan base doing shows, watching. Think how many platforms you watch now that talk about just Colorado stuff. Like I don't watch ESPN and stuff like I used to.
No, we don't need
Yes.
to.
So we've been engulfed with people that's kind of revolving around Colorado. Now the whole world is talking about Shedeur because we got so many outside interests in Shedeur, and there's some fans that don't like Shedeur. It's some fans that live in Texas that don't like Shedeur. He beat their high school team. He beat TCU. He beat Texas Tech. Like so. He beat Baylor. Like I don't like this dude.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't want him to be the quarterback for the Cowboys or whatever. So you're hearing all the other people that didn't pull for Shedeur throughout the whole season. We're hearing their voice now. And before, I think we was closed off from that.
Yeah, no, that could be a good point, man. Um, that says I'm going through the comments. They just be so crazy, man. But if he were to fall to the Steelers, I think that would be great. And this next slide is right on cue. So Shador featured in a new Gatorade ad. We already know he had NIL deals with Gatorade, and they saying many people believe he gonna be the face of the NFL. I truly believe it, man, and I think that a lot of the hate, the negativity towards him has a lot to do with this, man. Like this guy is no matter what, even though Travis Hunter won the Heisman, and yeah, we're hearing a lot of talk about Travis as well. But every channel, every show, where's Shedeur Sanders going? What's going on with Shedeur Sanders? Is he QB2? Is he going here? Are the Giants going to? He is going to be the face of the NFL, man, especially if he lands in Pittsburgh, just because he has that villain and hero. He's both. And in order to be the face of something, you got to be both. Everybody can't like you, everybody can't hate you. And I just think he's next up for that. And I'll say this point too. A lot of these head coaches, in my opinion, they're afraid to draft Shador because they know that if things aren't going the right way, regardless of how Shador is playing, Coach Prime is outside that door. Not in regards to like, hey, get stuff together with my son, but he finna take your job. And I think that there's a fear with that as well. Even though Prime
Oh,
said he's not
you
going to the
see,
NFL.
Ron, why you doing this, Ron? Why you
I'm,
doing this, Ron? So now, see, y'all see what Ron doing? See what the chef is cooking up? He's trying to create a narrative to where Coach Prime is going to leave Colorado and go coach Shedeur. See what you doing, Ron?
look, he's got not. It might not be next year or the year after that. He might even fulfill his 5-year contract. Who knows? But Coach Prime given an opportunity to go and coach his sons at the NFL, have Shiloh on his team, get Travis Hunter in free agency. Bruh, there's no way. There's no way he passing on that, dog.
Hey,
There's no
hey,
way.
hey, in the chat, y'all let us know. Do y'all think Coach Prime will ever coach his son in the NFL? Y'all let us know, or do y'all think he's going to retire at Colorado? If you think he's going to retire at Colorado, hey, put retire at Colorado. Or if y'all think he's going to the NFL, y'all drop NFL down in the comment.
Let us know, man. And don't forget, there is a team in Colorado that he won't have to. He can still retire in Colorado. Just might not be at. It just might not be at the University of Colorado. But if he don't want to move his
It might
house
not
or
be in
do none of
Boulder,
that,
huh?
they can still bring everybody back to Colorado, man, where this thing really maximized. But yeah, I think Shador gonna be the face of the NFL. You can go to the next Shador slide. I thought this was pretty cool, and if y'all haven't checked this interview out, man, y'all should go check it out. I honestly think, in my opinion, is one of Shador's best interviews, man. I really feel like he's at peace. A lot of times in Shador interviews, you see like he's defensive, he's uptight. You can tell he got that big chip on his shoulder, man, because he's been disrespected a lot, and some people can deal with it to a certain extent. Even him, who's dealt with it his entire life, like he has to master it, man. Prime mastered it, I believe, but even Prime, get in this feeling sometimes. And I think a lot of Shador's interviews, um, he comes off as like, dang, man, like you could tell the kid's in his feelings. I think with this interview, he was nice, he was relaxed, he was chill. I think he had peace with, whatever happens. He knows he's not going number one. He knows he's not going to be the first quarterback off the board now. And I think he's just at peace. Like whatever happens,
Yeah, but
happens.
how does he know that? Has Tennessee already did a deal with Cam?
I mean, he knows Cam Ward.
No,
Everybody knows that Cam Ward is going to be the first quarterback off the board, man. Like
we don't know
it's
that because somebody could trade up.
if they trade up, they trading up to get Cam Ward. They not trading up to get Shador because they could sit where they at and get Shador. So you're right. Somebody could trade up, but if they trade up, Cam Ward gonna be the first quarterback off the board. Shador's still my QB1, but nonetheless, I think he's just at peace with everything that's going on. This was a really good interview. It's kind of mixed reviews in the comments. A lot of people saying, "Man, this is the greatest interview ever." Then other people was like, "Oh, he's slow," and I see why teams don't want it. But this is
I,
one of the best interviews I've seen to him. So y'all should go check it out.
I'll try to leave this interview down in the description, y'all. Y'all go check on it, man. I'm trying to leave
Yeah,
it down there.
check this interview out. It's crazy because the interview was with Max Crosby. Everybody a little backline on this, like, how is Max Crosby doing an interview with Shador? Well, Max Crosby's younger brother went to SMU, and him and Bucky were roommates when they went to SMU. So they got a good relationship with the Sanders family. They've known them since Bucky was at SMU, so they family done spent time together and they know each other. So that's how he got this interview. I'm gonna say about the Shedeur stuff, man. It's unfortunate what's happening to the young man, but I think he's built for it. Because all year long, bro, even when last year ended and he was coming back, it was like he gonna be the first person off the board. It was like that all year long, and we get here, and now they talking about him falling to 21. But like I said, he fought to 21. Just think about how crazy that's gonna be. 21, the number 21, and you get to go to the Steelers. The Steelers also had another Colorado quarterback, Cordell Stewart. So it just all makes sense, man.
Oh,
Sometimes, sometimes you gotta fall. You got to fall to really get back up and be able to elevate. And I think that's what's going to happen.
now
Um,
what pick do the Steelers have?
they got 21.
So do you think the Steelers? I think the Steelers gonna have to move up to get Shedeur.
Yeah, that's what people are saying. That's what they were saying. But now they're saying, like, he might fall by farther than that. And, like, the Giants could trade back up at 26. It's a lot. But I would think, me personally, I don't think he's going outside of the top 12. Um, But yeah, who knows, man. But yeah, that's my Shador. I'm praying for the young man, man. I think he's done everything. He's put in all the work. He deserves to go in the first round. If we got quarterbacks like Kenny Pickett and Josh Rosen and like these dudes going like, come on, man. But it's a lot involved with it. But I'm rooting for Shador, and I hope he goes to the Steelers.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the NFL is packed with quarterbacks now. Ever since the dual threat quarterbacks became a real thing, now you got quarterbacks everywhere because you got your pocket passers and you got your dual threats. So you got a bunch of elites and you got a bunch of mids, but a lot of these mids, kind of like Baker Mayfield, I put him as a mid. Look how long he's been in the league, so he's had time to develop and grow. So his mid might be better than a rookie elite.
For sure.
You know,
Absolutely.
yeah.